So I guess we're going to start with what brought you to the convention in the first place?
Well, I joined the group after I heard about their purpose of promoting victims and being with victims of various type of violence. Our son was died in a hazing incident back in 2009. So being around them just kind of helped us get over it and heal a little more than we probably normally would by ourselves.
And so, being a part of the group, as far as in addition to what it's done for you personally, what have you seen any change happen, or have you been a part of anything that just made a difference for other folks?
Just listening to the other victims, knowing that we were not alone, and also that some situations were a lot worse than ours. And it made me feel like, well, I'm sitting here thinking about the fact that we lost our son, where we were not the only ones that lost their children either.
Do you think there's anything that could have been done to prevent what happened to your child?
Oh, sure. I think there's a lot that could have been done, and that's one of the main reasons that I want to speak at the convention, is to educate everyone on the hazing aspect. No one wants to address that area, and that's an area that I'm bound to get out in the opening and address. We're losing too many young people to that, and no one wants to stand up and say this is wrong. We need to do something to eradicate it.
I'm familiar with hazing in terms of a fraternity.
Yes.
Is that what we're dealing with here with your child?
Oh
Is it something
no.
different? Okay.
There's hazing in all areas of life: football, cheerleaders, basketball. In junior high, just being a freshman, they may haze you because you're a freshman. There's just all areas that there is hazing.
What was the one that affected your child?
Fraternity.
Fraternity.
He was
Oh,
pledging a fraternity.
okay. Oh, that's interesting. So,
Hmm.
you college student?
It's the college,
What
yes.
was he pledging? You mind me asking?
Sigma.
Sigma.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
Yep.
I mean, because I don't know. I was gonna guess and say, maybe the Q Dogs or something.
Oh yeah. No, he was pledging Sigma because I'm a Zeta.
Okay.
So he was pledging Sigma, yes.
Okay. Yeah, and it's funny because when I was in school, the Kappas were. I mean, I didn't pledge, but I had a friend of mine that did, and
Mhm.
it went on. Like it was supposed to be like 6 weeks, but it went
Yeah.
on for like 4 months.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So was it something like that, or is it extended hazing, or just intense?
Well,
hazing?
actually, we found out later that it was before they were supposed to start. Something they call underground hazing, where they actually come in before the date for them to start consider pledging. They were underground, so they were hazing them that way. And the official date for the organizations to actually start, per se, pledging, then we had not come yet. But just about all of the organizations did pledge. I mean, did haze, unfortunately.
Did your child, does your son?
Yes.
Yeah. Did he express concern to you at all about? What
He
was happening?
did. As a matter of fact, the day before, he talked to me about opening up an organization. I do have a nonprofit called Dreams of Greatness Without Hazing. And he expressed his concerns about opening that up, and I told him, talk to you when you get home this weekend. He said, no, Mom, I need to talk to you about it now. So he went into details what he wanted to see in the organization. He was gone the next day. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to follow his dream. And in that, I'm working with No More Violence also.
Do you think he was targeted, or was it just across the board?
Not really sure. He thinks he probably was because I was a legend. And sometimes when you are a legend, then they will target your children.
Was it considered an accident, or was it considered?
No, it was not considered an accident. They did not investigate it as they should. As you know, there's a lot of cover-ups that goes along with hazing, and that's one of the other things I want to address. It was not handled appropriately at all, and the grand jury would not even address it there. But it's in a small town. It's at Prairie View A&M, small town, so college town. So they did not really address it. It was not handled well at all. But actually, his system shut down from being over exercised and overexerted, not letting them eat, and that sort of thing.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about more of the positive things. What has happened since then? Have you had any benchmarks or goal achievements that have happened since you started this?
No, not yet. I've written congressmen's, you name it, senators. I've sent out 61 letters to public officials. Didn't get one response. So I've been trying to, at this time, to come out. Now, I did connect up with, I'm sure you probably heard of Robert Champion, another member of a band that was beat to death. He and me and his mother working together now with a group called Pew that she started. And she's close to Washington, so she's going in that area trying to get some other things going, which she seems like she's getting a lot of positive things going on there.
Okay. And I have one more question that just jumped out of my head. Oh, do you think that there's a reluctance from like Prairie View, for instance, as an institution, has a vested interest in making this go away? I would imagine, and the Sigmas themselves, it's bad PR.
Yeah.
Are you finding that as an obstacle or a problem, or?
Well, I think the biggest obstacle is I have found that a lot of public officials and non-public officials, but a lot of people that are prominent in the world, they have pledged organizations and have either hazed or been hazed and don't want to address it, which in my opinion, both would be very helpful, because if you haze, you could come out and say what was wrong, and if you had been hazed, then you could do the same thing. But it just seems like no one wants to address that area. No one wants to address hazing. They address bullying, they address drinking and everything else, but no matter what I do and what I send out and how I get people to participate, no one wants to get involved with that area.
It almost reminds me of like what's going on with the police. Nobody wants to get involved.
Exactly.
And officers don't want to.
Exactly.
And the same, it's a frat, so
yeah.
Nobody's gonna
right.
Cast out their brother, which is kind of what
right.
it's all about, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think we got. So how long ago was this?
2009.
Can you say I guess our incident happened or some way to so we have it in context. Like I don't know if you want to actually say we lost our son.
Oh yeah, we did in October 20th, which is also my mom's birthday. We lost our son to a hazing incident.
Okay. I think that's good. It's fascinating. I'm already like, wow,